This place was family. It wasn't just the idea of going to work, it was going to work with people that you wanted to work with.
Being a smaller community, when I first started here, everybody that worked there was from the community. So you had ties of people you knew, who you grew up with. Their kids were friends of your kids. So it was a large family. It could always feel like home.
I worked at the mill for 33 years. I was still in high school when I started there.
Worked here for almost 24 years.
I came to work here at the Simpson Paper Company in 1962.
I worked here for about 25 years.
I was here for 43 years.
I've put in 23 years in the paper mill.
I worked there 30 years from 1970 to 2000.
I worked here 10 years.
And we will have tours going every 15 minutes, starting at about 10 to 15 minutes.
Who could have ever thought we'd come up with some plans to actually repurpose this entire mill?
I was so blessed to work for Simpson, and I retired in 1998, 55 years old, a miracle. I retired, I was assistant superintendent in the stock prep. So a poor boy from Arkansas to go there to end up at Simpson Paper is a miracle, and I'm so blessed.
We got married 31 years ago because we met here.
When we met, I was on my way to a job interview with the mill manager. So I had my head down walking through the hallway. She worked in an office off the hallway, and she had her head down taking care of some paperwork. She came out into the hall and knocked me into the wall. And she said, "Why don't you watch where you're going?" And I said, "I'm sorry," and I went on with my interview.
One day later, he called and asked me out.
Yeah. As you said, yes.
I told Tim I got to meet that boy, and I met him a while ago. I said, "Is Chris Moore here?" And they said, "Yes, he is." I thanked him for saving this paper mill.
And for me, when they're all done and we can look at this and walk into it, there's still that history that's with me that will be there forever. I drive by here quite often, and a lot of the memories come through. Of hiring. I remember when Chris worked at the mill.
Worked with so many wonderful people over the years. Tim Moore, Barb Huey, and that I would deal with when I was ordering color and stuff, and Harold Knoll, and Bob Millard, my favorite mill manager of all time, and there were some great ones when I retired. I'm an emotional person. When I left here, I walked down that rail and I was crying. Just wonderful.